Hello everyone, this is Drishti Batra from KP Classes and welcome back to our YouTube channel. So there is another good news for all the architects who want to prepare for any government examination this year. TNPSC, that is Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission, has released a notification for the post of the vacancy of junior planner. So 30 posts have been announced by them for the Department of CMDA, that is Chennai Metropolitan Development Authority. In this video, we are going to look into the details of this vacancy notification that has been released by them. So let's dive into this. Before looking into the details, if you have already been following our YouTube channel, you are very well aware of that. For the others, let me tell you that we at KP Classes have been preparing students for a better part of a decade now, and many of our students have successfully cleared the written examinations of RPSC, PPSC, BPSC, UPPSC and various such other examinations. Very recently, 60 plus of our students have cleared the written examination for UPSC, that is CPWD, and they have cleared the written examination and have appeared for interview in this month itself. So, if you want to prepare for TNPSC Junior Planner, this is your chance. You can enroll into our batch, into our course, which is dedicated for the preparation of this examination. Now, let us look into the details of this. First, what are we going to cover in this video? Details for the requirement, number of vacancies, eligibility criteria, important dates, selection procedure, syllabus and how to prepare for this examination. First, number of vacancies, as I've already told you, 30 vacancies have been announced. Now the detail of this has been given, so you can look into the abbreviations that is given in the notification and you can check how many vacancies or how many seats have been reserved for each of these categories. As I told you, in total or overall you have 30 vacancies for this. Moving on to the next one, that is eligibility criteria. In this two-part may we'll have to look into this. First of all, eligibility criteria with respect to the age limit and then with respect to the qualification. So first, with respect to the age, the minimum age required for this post is 21 years, that too as on 1st July 2025. So as on 1/7/25, you should be at least 21 years old. After that, the maximum age criteria have also been given for various categories and as well for general categories and under various vertical and horizontal divisions as well. For example, if you look at this junior planner 3602 post code, the maximum age should not be more than 32. Okay. Then age concessions for person with benchmark disability not applied. Then ex-servicemen, maximum age of 50, and then for destitute widow, no maximum age limit is there. And you can check for the age limit criteria for various other categories also under this notification. The detail of this notification has been given in the description box of this video as well, so you can check that out. Next, the eligibility criteria with respect to your qualification, that is your degree. First of all, you must possess bachelor degree in town and country planning, that is one. Another one, or you can have BE or B.Tech specially or specifically in civil engineering, and next you can have bachelor's degree in architecture. So B-Plan, BE, B.Tech or B.Arch. So if you have any of this bachelor degree, you are eligible for the junior planner position under TNPSC. Now, with respect to important dates, the date of notification has been announced is on 21st. Date of commencement of receiving application, that is 27. So we do have a few more days left for this. Last date and time for submission of online application is 25/6, 25th June. Then application correction window period is 29 June to 17. So if you made any error in writing down any details, your name, your qualification, mother, father name, or address or anything, that correction window will be open for a few days. Now, the date and time of this examination, first of all, your examination will be in two parts, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 will have subjects like Tamil eligibility test, general studies, aptitude and mental ability. So the mark distribution also we will look into in a while. Paper 2 is going to have for you guys, it is going to be town planning, civil engineering and architecture, and the subject code for that is 560. So the post code and the subject code you should know. Okay, mark it somewhere. When you are looking at the detail notification, which is of approximately 150 page, you can search by these two numbers in that. Okay, next, the date for these examination or this examination is going to be tentatively between 4th August to 10th August. So not much time is left, and I can guarantee if you enroll into our course, it is going to be very beneficial for you because we complete 100% of the syllabus. Not only that, we give you a lot of practice questions. It includes test series, study material as well as mock tests. So it is going to be definitely very beneficial for you. Moving on to the selection procedure, it will have examination plus interview. Okay. Next, exam pattern. As I've already told you, for the junior planner position, 3602 is the post code, and the subject paper that you need to give is of town planning, civil engineering and architecture. So a combined course has been formulated for this, whose code is 560. Now a very important and a very good news for you is the standard of this is degree level. So for many of the posts under TNPSC or various other examination, PG degree questions or PG standard questions are usually asked. For this particular post, master's degree is also not required, and the examination questions are also going to be based on a degree level or a UG level. So it is going to be very beneficial for you. Apart from that, the Tamil eligibility test language is going to be Tamil. For paper 1, that is your general knowledge and mental ability, you will have questions in Tamil as well as in English. Whereas if you are talking about paper 2, your language of the question paper is going to be only English. So this is something that you need to keep in mind. Now, examination pattern. Paper A में you have part A, B and C. Part A is the Tamil eligibility test, B is general studies and C is mental ability. The number of questions are going to be 100 for Tamil eligibility test, 75 for part B, that is general science, and 25 questions for your mental ability or aptitude, that is combined. Now, the duration is going to be 3 hours. The maximum marks, this is the number of questions that are going to be asked, and this is the marks. So 100 questions for 150 marks, again 100 question for 150 marks. This is with respect to your paper 1. Now one thing to note over here is you should get a minimum of 40% in your Tamil eligibility test. Only then your part B and C of paper 1 and paper 2 will be corrected. If you fail the eligibility test, your other papers won't be corrected. So this is one thing that you need to keep in mind. Next, the minimum qualifying marks for various categories have been given over here. You can read into this. The mode of examination is going to be OMR. There is a sheet where you have to circle, in the circle you have to fill the correct option. If it is A, for example, A, B, C, D, if the correct answer is A, you have to color this circle for which is under your A name, okay, or letter. So this is going to be OMR, whereas paper 2 is going to be a CBT kind of a test, that is computer based test. So even these very minute details you have to keep in mind. Next, when it comes to paper 2, the details we've already looked into. Let's come to the number of questions. So 200 questions for paper 2 will be asked, Again, a 3 hours examination, and this 200 questions is going to be converted to 300 marks for you. Okay. Again, the minimum qualifying details have been given to you under various categories, that is going to differ. So look very closely into this. Moving to the next part, the most important part, that is syllabus. Now they have divided the entire syllabus into 10 modules. Each module is going to have a weightage of 20 questions. Okay. Now the code is given 560. The unit details have been given. For example, the first one talks about your urban planning. Various theories, various techniques have been mentioned under this. The part 2 or the module 2 part of it includes urban sociology, urban economics, geography and environment also. So a lot of topics have been covered under module 2. Urban sociology questions are expected to be of very basic nature. So very basic understanding of society, societal concepts and urban planning and sociology and how it works together, and various theories that have been given by pioneers that needs to be studied. After that, in urban economics, you have various theories given by various urban planners, architects, economists, etc. that you have to study. For example, location based theories or economics or base non-basic activities or rank size rule or Lorentz curve, Kuznets curve, all these theories you will have to study in detail for this section. And environment part, actually some part of environment is under module 2, some part is under some other module. So like that your environment part is distributed under 2 to 3 modules. Okay. Read it very carefully once. Then unit 3 has remote sensing and GIS part, which is one, and then current trends in planning. Now it is very vague, current trends in planning is very vague, but you can look into the details that they have given under this section. For example, you have to study e-governance, you have to study certain government schemes and programs like Amrut, Hriday, Urban Mission, etc. In our course, you will be able to study extra also. For example, PMAY and many such schemes and programs that are running currently. Because in most of the papers, what we have observed is even if they have not mentioned it in detail, but they do ask questions from Smart City Mission and PMAY as well. So that has also been included in your syllabus right from the beginning. Then certain topics under your planning legislation, urban governance, these type of topics are also there. Land assembly techniques is also a part of this module. For example, your PPP, what are the basics of that, what type of PPP is usually followed in India, that. Then you have urban finance, local bodies and urban finance, sorry. Then you have land pooling concept, you have land acquisition, RFCT, LARR, you have guided development, you have accommodation reservation, TPS scheme, which is again a type of your plot reconstitution, etc. That will be covered. And additionally, your coastal zone management, industrial corridor, all these topics are also covered under this module. Next, physical infrastructure and legislation. Again, you can see some part of urban legislation has been a part of unit 3. Some part is also under unit 4. So what we have done is we've combined all of this in your syllabus so that you have a flow and you are able to understand everything in much simpler manner. So that is already been taken care of in your course. Coming back to our module 4, under physical infrastructure, you have to study the basics of transportation planning. For example, what are paratransits, what is private transportation, public transportation, traffic and transportation survey, trip generation, trip distribution, modal split and trip assignment. This is something that planners usually study. So that is also a part of this. Then your Tamil Nadu Urban Local Bodies Act 1996 and Tamil Nadu Urban Local Bodies Rules 2023 is a part of this. 73rd and 74th Constitution Amendment Act, that any planner must be aware of. The details of that you have to study under this module. If you look into our course, this has already been included into your your PTM subject. So that kind of a combination to make it very easy for you has already been done. Okay, next moving to design of reinforced concrete, pre-stressed concrete and steel structures. So this overall is part of your structures. Now questions are expected in this particular module not only from an architecture point of view but also from civil engineering point of view, since the course name is such. Okay, so the first part does look like something that you must have studied as architects, but it is also going to have a lot of understanding from a civil engineering point of view also, which again has been taken care of in your course. Now when it comes to the design of columns and bases, that has been done, design of beams has been covered, but plate girders, their joinery, etc., this has not been covered in your lecture series, but yes, this is going to be a part of your study material, and you can say that a few topics, like not more than 3 or 4 topics, are such that you have to cover on your own in your self study. We definitely will be providing with good study material for you guys, but you do not have a recorded lecture for this. Okay, next, environmental engineering and pollution control. Under this you have topic of water supply, plumbing, sewerage, solid waste management, a little bit of electrification also, and air and noise pollution control. Okay, moving to the next part, that is urban and transportation engineering. Some clearance and slum improvement is there. Your design and construction of bituminous concrete, matlab part of your transportation planning is also there. And in transportation planning in general, in any architecture and planning competitive exam, usually it comes from a design point of view or from a planning point of view. Yes, we do study transportation engineering also, but not much in detail because that is not required from our exam point of view. Plus we cover only the road transportation with respect to design, with respect to engineering, with respect to planning, etc. But over here emphasis has been given on your railway planning and engineering and airport design norms or airport planning as well. So this is something additional that we'll be covering. Again, railway is going to be a part, or railway studies, design, analysis, engineering, all that is going to be a part of your self-study. And airport we have additionally covered for you in your recorded lectures. Moving on to introduction of architecture. This is going to be the simplest module for you if you are from an architecture background. So topics of elements of architecture or elements of design, principles of design, color theory, form, space, all these things are going to be covered. Universal design principles, structure, skin, circulation, etc. So something very basic but has been covered in detail in your course. Now, the last part of it talks about history of architecture, but not the proper Western and Indian history of architecture, but it's covering the modern architecture mostly. So with respect to India, it covers the post-independence part and focusing on Indian architecture and architects and the famous work, and it covers mostly a modern architecture with respect to the Western architecture as well. Now, the last one in this is building rules and regulations and national building code. National building code in itself is a very huge document. Now, if you are preparing for this, you must start with part 3, which is the DCR part. Now, questions mostly, like maximum questions you will find in NBC, from the NBC area, from part 3 only. Okay, after this you can study part 4, which is fire safety, and then if time permits you can look into the standards of acoustics, lighting, escalators, elevators, etc. So that has been covered in your course. Now that was with respect to the syllabus given by TNPSC, and here we talk about how we at KP classes are going to cover each of these subjects and each of these modules for you. So starting with urban planning. Urban planning module or urban planning course is going to cover, not course actually, a module that we have created in KP classes for you. So this urban planning subject rather would cover your complete module 1 of the syllabus discussed earlier, and it is going to cover a few topics of your module 10 as well. As I told you, it will be much easy for you if you learn everything in one proper flow. So your course has been formed accordingly. Next, urban economics. As I told you, this is going to cover the basics of economy, urban economy, and your urban economic theories in detail. So that is a part of your module 2 under TNPSC syllabus. Urban sociology is under module 2, and it is going to cover basic concepts of society, urban and industrial sociology, and social changes. Then environment, conceptual approach and phases of EIA, environmental concepts, this is under module 2, and air and noise pollution control is under module 6. Remote sensing and GIS is another module which covers all your basics of remote sensing, aerial photography, GIS, etc. And under urban housing, you will be studying various programs and schemes by the government. Next, planning techniques and management. This is going to cover your module 3 and more parts of your module 4, okay, in which you will have PPP, land assembly techniques, urban legislation, urban governance, and 73rd and 74th constitutional amendment. You will also be understanding urban or fiscal resource management, okay. Then transportation planning, a part of it is under module 4, a part of it is under module 7. Repeating it once again, that railways part you will have to study on your own. We will definitely providing you with good study material, but that is going to cover under self-study. Then under structures also, there is a small part that you will have to study on your own, and it is not covered under your recorded lecture series. Now, structures part is under module 5 in your syllabus given by TNPSC. Water supply may you will be covering, we'll be covering rather sources of water, water demand, then functional design of WTPs, etc. under your module 6 part. Then sewerage and plumbing may, all the details under as specified under module 6. Next, architectural graphics. We've already discussed this in detail, which was a part of module 8. Modern history of architecture again under module 8, and surveying and leveling is also a part of your studies, which is under module 9. Climate responsive architecture, HVAC lighting, all these are also covered in depth in your recorded lecture series. These are coming under module 9. And finally, you have urban design and conservation, which is coming under module 10 of your TNPSC syllabus. So as you can see, we've covered each and everything for you, and as I've already told you, we additionally are going to cover test series for you as well, and a mock test series for you as well. Apart from that, you will be getting a lot of practice questions. So if you have any doubt with respect to this particular course, the number is given in the description box and is also on your screen. You can call on this number for any query that you have. If you want to enroll for this course, you can do that. The details have been given in the description box, so you can directly click on that and enroll yourself also in this. I've already told you what all is going to be covered in your this course, so you can check the details in the description also. So stay tuned with us. We'll be coming with more information for you guys. Stay tuned and do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.
KP Classes. Dedicated to excellence.